The sixth and final concept of immortality in Oneness New Thought is the afterlife. And when we think of the afterlife, what we're really labeling that afterlife concept with is anything that happens after we die. Now, this is typically the part where people are waiting to hear the juicy details and the big secret. Here's the big secret that we know. But Oneness New Thought doesn't claim to know any big secrets. The afterlife is unknown and comes alike to all. It is the natural doorway to the next evolutionary experience of eternal life. And so we're not here to say that we know what happens on the other side of the veil. Why? Because we don't have enough demonstrable evidence to say that there is a universal truth that lives in that. There are a lot of people who have spent time with their biological bodies being dead and then being resuscitated, and they have experiences that they can talk about and share from. And we value that, and we think that's wonderful. There are stories that have been told over eons about what happens, and we value those. Those have value. But as a community, we do not claim to know what happens when we die. What we do know is that much like everything else that we can observe, that experience of death comes alike to all, and that all of us move on to the next thing, as Dr. Ernest Holmes would have taught in his era, and did so. That of course there is a frog beyond the tadpole, but it would be impossible for a tadpole to know anything about what being a frog was like or what it was about. The same analogy can be used for caterpillars and butterflies and is used all the time. The caterpillar couldn't possibly know what it's like to be a butterfly. And so what we believe is that once we cast off this particular vessel, that the essence of who we are, our soul, that continues to move on into something else. And we can't even say that everybody goes to evolve into the same thing, or that anybody goes to evolve into the same place. What we know is that everyone is on their own individual journey of evolution. And so rather than try to predict what that is and plan for that, what we do is we care for ourselves now, in this life, so that as we move into that next phase of the evolution of our soul, we do so with a confident heart, with a faith-filled spirit, and with the inspiration to know that we don't need to know what's next to know that something grand and wonderful is coming, and that we're living into that in a new way. And so that eternal evolution continues, and I'm not going to tell you what happens there, not because I'm holding a secret, but because I'm comfortable stating I don't know. And none of us can. And so rather than fret over the things that we can't know, we invite ourselves to cultivate faith around the idea that whatever lives around that corner, whatever the big secret is, we're all going to find out one day. And all of us are going to be just fine when we do. And that is the sixth and final aspect of immortality through the lens of Oneness New Thought.